Hello, friends. Welcome to this podcast channel, Center of Excellence Pharma 4. Our focus is mainly emerging technologies, digital transformation, and Pharma 4. Today is the 61st episode, and I'm going to discuss about the future of personalized medicine, how digital technologies are reshaping the patient care. So let's get it into the brief introduction. What really we are planning in the Center of Excellence is cutting edge initiative which is really happening it in today's world with various emerging technologies and how they are going to help in pharmaceutical industry based on to the principles of industry 4. We have a exclusive website where you will get a lot of information about our services. We have already launched a Udemy platform on smart manufacturing in pharma. That course is having about 20 modules and covering various technologies and how they can help in solving the challenges and problems into pharma industry. We have launched a YouTube channel about 5 years back, and today there are 325 videos starting from strategies to validations and audits. Our podcast channel is already there, which is taking into consideration the latest developments into technology, business challenges, and then increasing the regulatory requirements. We have a book series where presently three books are being published related to Pharma 4. So let's get it into the details about the future of personalized medicines. I'm just trying to give you a illustration which is going to show you indication how AI, that is artificial intelligence, and digitalization is going to contribute into personalized medicine, which is going to come in a near future. So my agenda today is a brief introduction, then discussions about the foundations of precision medicines, key technology enables, current applications and its impact, digital technologies transforming patient care, transforming healthcare delivery and patient experiences, revolutionizing clinical trials and the new drug development, ethical considerations and challenges, and future trends and outlook with the conclusions. So coming to the introduction part of it, there are a lot of advancements are taking place in digital technologies. Like all of you are aware, artificial intelligence is transforming the healthcare systems, healthcare deliveries, and all that. Genomics are enabling treatments for customizations. Digital twins is helping for the patient engagement. And these things are getting connected with various medical devices, which are helping to enhance the care. You know, industrial Internet of Things and lot of technology enable areas which are really catching up to connect with the patient and get their healthcare data, and which is going into the system, which can help in analyzing and suggesting the proper medical treatments and keeping track about its effect onto your body. So now we are looking at it, the precision medicine approaches actually, based on to every individual, the genetic profiles are being created into the system. All the data is getting stored, which is helping to incorporate based on to the lifestyle factors, from each patient's point of view. And then environmental influences, how it's going to help in the treatment plans is getting thought about it, and then that helps in suggesting, recommending the medical treatments. And finally, this is all leading to a patient-centric approach. We are really looking now as we are going ahead with a lot of emerging technologies, maximizing efficacy while minimizing the side effects. That's what it is a objective of every pharma company, every healthcare system, which is required to be driven by the patient-centric approach. Then there are preventive measures which are going to happen, which is going to take into consideration the symptoms which are really going to appear. We are really making use of artificial intelligence to do the predictive analysis around that. This is where it's going to contribute. So how this whole thing is going to evolve from traditional support system to a personalized healthcare systems. We are just put it into some five factors. It starts with the definition of precision medicine. So medical approach is basically targeting the genetics, environment, lifestyle, and how highly effective it can be treated for the personalized health treatment. So that is what is going to be objective of every pharma company, every healthcare support systems and all that. So we are planning to shift from traditional systems to the personalized healthcare and all that. So traditional medicines, they rely on to reactive treatment based on to the protocols and all, while personalized medicines gives emphasis on to proactive thing, preventive cares and all that. So those are the things. So that is what is the major difference of shifting the focus, not just from the regular treatment, but thinking about it, the preventive and proactive care systems also. Now, advantages of personalized medicine is that it gives a maximum treatment efficacy and minimizes the unwanted side effects. Now, basically, as you know, there could be side effect, and how we can really minimize those. That is what is the objective. And what is the role of technology? The role of technology is the digitization is really helping to compile, create, analyze, and advise based on to the health related data. That's what is the objective. And then the how what is the impact? So impact what you will see is basically onto the patient's outcome. That's what is the objective. So looking at it now, let's think about what is our definition and what are the benefits which are really going to come from the patient. So definition of personalized medicine is that it is precision medicine. It's basically targeted to that particular person based on to his healthcare data. And then the targets are again considering the genetics, environment, and lifestyle and all that sort of thing. Now, what are the advantages? It's personalized medicines is going to be highly effective considering the treatment plans which has been drawn, considering the digital technology. This is what is there by keeping in mind the unwanted side effects and all that. So when you compare it, the treatment will be a broad will be it's a patient centric. It will be a more population oriented and all that. So it is less targeted and considering that there will be more benefits considering the various other factors, and this will give a impact on the modern medicine. So this will revolutionize the healthcare system, and then patient care will be improved. But now coming to the technology part of it, how this artificial intelligence is going to help in the personalized medicine. So artificial intelligence leverages the sophisticated computation and interference with the generated insight which has been compiled from the patient's data and patient's history. And this enables the to find out the reasons and learn about the various healthcare factors for that particular patient. And this empowers the clinician, no, clinician or a doctor or whosoever is doing any decision making. He can go through this augmented intelligence and think about it, and then the system can uh, suggest something, no, based on to all the data. And this processing of this so much of extensive data for that particular patient helps to arrive at a better suggestive and predictive suggestions from the medical treatment point of view. That is where we are really looking and thinking for the personalized medicines and all. So how this artificial intelligence and precision medicine can get it together, how they can integrate it actually. So this will help to solve the very difficult medical challenges. Many a times, this becomes a very important thing and there are every individual will have his own challenges, based on to his health requirement, the medicines which he is taking up and all that, and the effects and side effects and all that. No, so this is really becoming more and more challenging and all, and this is where the digital technologies, considering the artificial intelligence, can help. This is where the what is been mentioned over there is combining non-genomic and genomic determinants can really work together and can advise you for a personalized medicines and all. This will be utilizing patient symptoms, clinical history, and then lifestyles and all. And personalized diagnosis and prognostication is going to help. Will be more precise diagnosis will be taking place, and then the more predicting disease risk before any symptoms occur. I don't know. So how artificial intelligence can be used? That is what is the our objective or the focus. How it's going to work with the healthcare systems and all. So artificial intelligence and machine learning also can work together. That will revolutionizing the disease detection and diagnosis. So artificial intelligence can augment the healthcare professionals' capabilities. It can add some value addition to that professionals and all. And then that can reduce the diagnostics errors. Predicting capabilities for treatment selection will be helpful. So, artificial intelligence powered tools can predict a patient's responses to therapies, and so based on to the genetic information and medical history and all other factors, the predictive capabilities can really go on improving their analysis and all. Then it's the interoperable data connections for the predictive medicine. So artificial intelligence develops a data connection between the patients and healthcare system. It continuously uses and updates the algorithm for predictive analysis, and then machine learning can help in building up the patterns identification, and then that will try to correlate with the patient's data. So increasing accuracy will be more helpful as there is a more and more data which will help a machine learning system to draw those patterns and do that suggestions and all. And that will help in expanding the precision medicine capabilities. Then comes the, as I mentioned earlier, Internet of Things. So here we are talking about the Internet of Medical Things actually, that is IoMT actually. So personalized healthcare deliveries will be there. So IoMT devices will collect the data directly, will analyze and will interpret the health data. And then that will facilitate the shift from one size fits all to the individual patient-centric data and all that. So what are those types of IoMT devices are available? As you know, a lot of wearable devices like fitness trackers and smartwatches are all already coming up and all. Now, specialized medical wearables such as a glucose monitor and heart rate sensors, or even the BP monitoring and all those systems are available, which can work and collect the data, say every 15 minutes or every hour, depending upon the doctor's requirements or physician's requirements and all. And then that will also get connected to the doctors and all, and then remote monitoring will be available. So monitoring patients outside the traditional clinical settings is also going to be a possible thing. So beneficial things are again for the chronic condition, post-operative care, elderly care. So a lot of those things are going to work now, for personalized medicines and all. So integration with the personalized medicines is going to work, and that will help in tracking of the vital signs about the patients and all that. So proactive approach to the chronic diseases will help in all that. Then there is another emerging technologies which is really coming up is digital twins and the virtual patient modeling and all that. So there is a groundbreaking concept which is really coming up for the personalized medicine is that mirrors which individual health profile will get created. See, digital twins technology is that digitization will try to create similar conditions for which the patient is there, and then it will do that predictions and all that, and then based on to that analysis, it will try to suggest and recommend those findings and to the medicines and all that. So those mirror images will be there. So that will help in offering the patient specific conditions and all, and that will also visualize that the any possible risk factors which are going to be there, or it can tailor those interventions and all that to guide the healthcare professionals to take a necessary uh, precautionary conditions and decisions and all that. So streamlining the drug discovery processes also will help, because that will leverage the using this advanced technologies like I mentioned initially, the artificial intelligence and IoTs also. So various this technologies is really going to help to do that testing with novel drugs which are coming up and all that, and those will be also tested onto the various patients and monitoring their parameters and all that. So deep patients profiling will help in disease understanding, and that will rely on to the extensive understanding of the decision pathways and all that. That will enhance the healthcare system. It will also help with data to do that new drug development which are really coming up, and all that will give a healthcare accessibility also. Then comes the remote monitoring and telehealth systems and all that. Telehealth is basically uh, patients are located at a remote place, and then these parameters are monitored. This has been tried quite a bit into the COVID period, and then that will help in pandemic situations and all. And then those virtual consultations are now becoming a practice to reduce the risk of the infectious diseases and all that. Along with that, the technology advancements are also coming up, as I mentioned earlier, is smartphones and connected with the wearable devices. So that will have that access to the care systems and all. And this medical application will facilitate the from appointment scheduling to the diagnostic results and all that. So this is really helping patients to get good support systems without much movement and all that. And this digital health technologies are really catching up and all. And a lot of individual patients are now taking this help of the individual. And artificial intelligence with the wearable devices can again do that value addition to the healthcare professionals and all. And continuous monitoring and predictive analysis will help in early detections of the thing, and benefits of remote support will be there actually. And then that will be taken to the next step as either digital patients engagements and all that sort of thing. So leveraging this technology for patients involvement is very important. So mobile applications, telehealth platforms, and then the patient portal will get connected with the patient, and then that will support the communication and will help in boosting of the health literacy. So that will help in improving the patient self-management also. So empowerment through the health data is very important. Like a huge amount of data is going to get created, compiled about the health, various parameters, I know, and that will help in following the treatment plans and all the thing. But now transforming this healthcare experience, the data, the knowledge, which is really getting built up, and that can be used not to that particular patient, but even to the patients into the similar categories also. So now there are a lot of accessing friendly tools are really getting generated. A lot of technology enhancement developments are taking place, which can help in scheduling and messaging those details to the similar patients or maybe same geography or other geographies and all that. And those reviewing the test results and receiving the personalized care plans will also help. And this is where the active roles of the health management will go on increasing it. Now, how this will also help in clinical trials and the drug development. So this data can also take into consideration for the digital clinical trials. So wherever those trials are getting connected or something, you can also use these technologies to plan those experiments, plan those trials and all that. So technologies will help in better participants access and compilation of the data also. And that will help in improving the trials which have been related to measurements of the various patient parameters and all, and then the interventions and all that. So virtual patient populations are also going to get increased because of the digital twins, and that will get integrated by shifting those focus to the R&D processes also. So virtual patients will get created, and that data also will be used for the clinical trials and the drug development. Now, this will all help in reducing the cost and improving the efficiency of the clinical trials. So today, the clinical trials at the various locations is taking a lot of time and cost and all also. While this remote connection with wearables and with connecting those parameters with telehealth and all that will reduce the cost of those experiments also. And much more data will be compiled, which can get uh, analyzed by using a AI, and that will have so. So when you are looking at it for say by 2028 or something, more sophisticated simulation tools will be available for your drug responses and all, and that will help in faster analysis of the drug development processes and all that. Now, importance coming up over here with the data is the data privacy, security, and ownership and all that sort of a thing. Now, these all systems are directly connected, and we can really offer a good security services or data security also, and patients' privacy also will be maintained. Now, there are other technologies coming up like a blockchain and all that will keep the data secured, and it will be to a very restricted mode only to the limited access and all that sort of thing. So there are challenges for the data accessibility, but balancing research and clinical trials will be kept secure and will have only privacy data. And this sensitive patient's information will be stored. So there are again ethical implementations are also there as far as the digital twin and AI are there. But yes, there are definitely good solutions are available. And if you take necessary precautions and all that, there are debates as far as the privacy and consent is there. But yes, you can definitely take those into the consideration. So this is also one of the factor which has to be taken into consideration. So, and finally, who is the ownership about this whole patient's data, and also there are those challenges. But lot of people, lot of thoughts, lot of discussions are going on as far as the ethical concerns and considerations are there. Now, how this will help in the decision making authorities and responsibility. So this role of AI to the healthcare decision making is, of course, relates with the doctors and healthcare professionals to take corrective decisions and all. And then there are concerns about how artificial intelligence is going to contribute it. Yes, artificial intelligence is still is in a native stage, it's in a development stage, but yes, it can still give you a guidance. And finally, the doctors who are still better experienced can also give a thought on to taking the necessary corrective actions and all. And then since this data is available, there's a consciousness about the decision making is there. So computer can assess, but they cannot really replace the doctors, as I was mentioning in the last slide and all. So healthcare decisions are not left only to the entire thing in the algorithm, but algorithms can definitely help for a better decision making and all that. But, there will be implications of the patient care and responsibilities will be there. But finally, maintaining that a doctors say will be a final. But yeah, doctors can still get a support from this system for taking a better decisions and all that. And then equity and access to the personalized medicine. So there are concerns about the equity and access. So advanced technologies may not be equally available to all the population. See, these are all still under development stage, and a lot of thought process, a lot of experiments, a lot of new emerging technology, a lot of new wearables, which everything is coming up and all that. But this will definitely help in a good potential which is going to help in the long term. There are impact on the marginalized groups. As I was discussing earlier, you can create groups and you can discuss those into the communities and see how those effects are going to help. So this again, I'm coming back to artificial intelligence, machine learning, the patterns creations and all that will help in identifying those parameters, which in many cases may not be really available for doctors to take a better decisions. And also doctors, if along with this data, can take a better decisions and all. So there are ethical risks and there's reality checks are there, which are again under development, and lot of thought process, lot of developments are still going on and up. So there will be some thoughtful policies which needs to be developed, and thoughtful policy developments are taking place. You have to allocate the resources to ensure the data accessibility and data privacy and all that. So we have to really have a holistic approach, basically into all such cases. So holistic healthcare will combine conventional medicines with these alternative therapies which are really coming up. You can also adopt to this data about acupuncture, yoga, and herbal treatments also. So since a lot of those data will be available, you can really go on compiling it for better personalized medicines and all that. So personalized healthcare practices will allow individuals, and they can choose the approaches to suit it to their needs and all. And that will promote a balanced approach, considering holistic thing for a finally a patient-centric benefits and approaches are there. Digital technologies are definitely going to help to enable this comprehensive data collection and integration, and track physical health, mental well-being, sleep quality, and stress levels and all. So personalized medicines by 2028 will embrace the holistic perspective and all that. So this is a futuristic thing, but now technologies will definitely contribute into this actually. So gamification and patients motivation. So transforming the healthcare into a game-like experience. Actually, we have to really look at those that way. That how these games will go on going to compile the data, do that analysis, and then that will encourage the physical activity, support the dietary change. So the holistic approach, along with the various medical therapies, will be taken into consideration, and all, and that will address the challenges into the healthcare systems and all that. So this is what is the objective which I wanted to share with you how this technology is in near future is going to contribute onto the personalized medicines and all that. So transformation of the healthcare system with digital technologies will help to uh, bring much more benefit to the patient care, patient centricity and all that. So there will be better precision and better efficiencies into the treatments. Tailored treatments will be available based on to the individual characteristics and all that, instead of just taking into consideration generalized views and all that. Instead of just looking at it, the final analysis, the prediction and preventive measures is going to be the key area, key focus things which can be developed and all that. So patients are active participants in all these cares and all that, right? And their contribution is going to be more important. And this will take care of the patient's physical as well as the mental well-being and all that. So improved access with the healthcare information will be available to all those researchers, clinical trials and all also. So that's what is the objective which I thought it. So some of those details are also discussed onto our various other areas onto the social media platform. I do request all of you to have a look at those platforms also. Do share your thoughts, your suggestions and all. Share this with your network also. Feel free to contact us. Thank you. Bye.